Today we're relaxing by the lake with Trista, a QHS member whose life journey is as refreshing and inspiring as a day spent by the water. But what currents guided her to where she is today? Let's take a peaceful stroll through her story and see what's been happening behind the scenes.
My V9 device is on its way. So I've been challenged with something called CIRS, C-I-R-S, for over 15 years. It's been absolutely devastating to all areas of my life. And there's been incredible grace in it because it's brought me home to knowing the love that I am and knowing the light that I am. But it's been a very hard journey. Basically, 25% of the population has a genetic disorder that doesn't allow them to process biotoxins. I moved around a lot in my life, and at various places I was exposed to mold. I also travel quite a bit in third world countries, and so I think I picked up quite a few parasites along the way. Around college is when I started to have these dreams where I would just be so tired I would collapse in class and like fall off my chair and just fall asleep on the floor. You know, on a spiritual level, this was all being brought up because of the trauma. Like, I came in as a soul to heal my trauma, not just from this lifetime, but from many lifetimes. And so this illness came in to like stop me in my tracks and to bring me to my knees to feel all the backed up emotions that were held in this body from trauma. So yeah, it started in college when I was around 20 years old. I'm 47 now, so. And it just, because it works in cycles, CIRS works in cycles. So the cycles I would go through back before would knock me on my ass so hard. I would be sleeping, 14, 16 hours a day. And then the really hard part, it's hard enough to not have any life force energy, but a really, really challenging part is that it also, the mold and the parasites and the whole dysfunction in the system, it sucks all the endorphins and serotonin and all the good chemicals that keep us happy. It eats it, and so then I had what I called demonic attacks, where I would be feeling like I was being attacked by demons and, suicidal thoughts. And these cycles have gone on for years, and somehow I've survived it because I'm a warrior of light. Yeah, it's been incredible what I've survived, what I've been through, and the cycles get a little confusing because I'll feel like that. It'll just knock me on my ass, and then I'll have like a week or two feeling okay, feeling pretty good sometimes, and it's like it disappears. But that's one of the symptoms of CIRS, is these cyclical events, And I've tried a lot. I tried nutritional balancing and, castor oil packs. I went really hard on the saunas. I went the detox method, like, oh, maybe I'll just have a lot of toxins, and I did. But little did I know, my body didn't have any way to usher them out. So a lot of these parasite things that I was doing was just circulating the biotoxins, and I would feel even worse. But I didn't know what else to try. So I just, held the faith. I turned to God. I turned to spirituality. I turned to the light and prayed and did the inner work, did a lot of emotional inner child work. Yeah, and, I've been in satsang for 8 years with teachers. I tried life wave patches. I did plant medicine, ayahuasca and ibogaine. And again, the ayahuasca was so hard on my body because my body couldn't filter out the toxic part of it. So it was gnarly. But I did a bunch of ayahuasca for a whole year. I did probably like 20 ceremonies. And it helped move the emotional energy. but it was really hard on the body. I've been living off of caffeine in some variety or form. I had to get off coffee because I had chronic bladder infections for 10 years. So I found Thrive, which is like a nutritional drink and supplement that gives you like vitamins and stuff, and it has caffeine in it. So then I was like surviving off that. And then I was doing, 4 coffee enemas a day at one point. And at this point, I started drinking coffee again. And my bladder infections are back. So I'm having to take cat's claw for that. Anyways, I've tried a bunch of stuff. I discovered pretty early on that Western medicine wasn't going to be able to help me. And I honestly didn't have very much faith in that, in Western medicine. From a young age, I could sense that they didn't actually ask questions holistically about my life. And it was just about going in and trying to cure a symptom and giving me antibiotics. So I took a lot of antibiotics as a child for my bladder infections, which came around 8 years old. And that was all this repressed anger inside me, which I just, within the last 2 years have tapped into. And there was a lot of anger, a lot. Karma is repetitive, so I chose this life to work out my karma, and therefore I chose parents that did not see me, could not emotionally meet me, and I bless their hearts. They were working through with their own trauma, but not with the awareness that my generation had how to work with it. So they were just, operating as best they could from where they were at, but they had unhealed trauma themselves. So they couldn't emotionally meet me, they couldn't see me, but that was all part of my plan because I wanted to turn in on myself. I wanted to learn how to meet myself super deeply, how to show up for myself, how to unconditionally love myself, even when I couldn't perform in the world. A lot of us get the message that we need to be productive and successful in the world in order to be valued. And when you can't, when you're stopped by illness and you cannot produce, you cannot function in your brain, like I had to find my self-worth in something other than productivity in the world, being successful, and really, letting go of having any confidence around brain function, because it just, like, I couldn't function on a brain level. So really I had to find this unconditional love, this place of value. I am valuable just because I exist, and my existence, the beingness is my eternal beingness, is so powerful, so bright, so beautiful. And now I have that, and so no matter what I do in my life, I know I'm valuable just by being. There's so many gifts that I've received from this illness, and really it outweighs what I've been through. And it sounds crazy because of what physically I've been through is just so gnarly, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But I know a lot of us came in this life to go through chronic illness, to go through extreme illness, in order to work out karma, because karma's held in the body. So we spend a lot of time resting and in bed and on television, watching television, on my phone. And so, but in the last year, I had 2 QT Wave devices, the V6s. It's been a year now, and I would, things have improved. I've gone from an F. I would say my quality of life is like a C now on average. Some days it's like an A because I feel really great and amazing. I also, worked with my repressed anger for 4 months. I worked with Kilby inquiries. I had done so much trauma work, 6 years of trauma work, and it got me to the point where the most vulnerable repressed emotion of anger was ready to arise, and that was last winter. And boy, did it. For 4 months straight, I was every day for at least 20 minutes, sometimes more, releasing anger, rage, fury from lifetimes. I mean, it came through like Kali Ma fire. And that was powerful. I mean, it got me back in touch with power. And then I was also working with a very talented practitioner who was, giving me supplements for the mold. We were treating the mold, the SIRS. But what she didn't know is that there's a couple specific binders that they know now that you have to take, and it's a process to get the toxins out of your body. So I think quite a bit got removed, but I still feel, weighed down by toxins. And if the V9 wasn't coming, I would have to spend another thousands and thousands of dollars to get testing and work with a practitioner to go down this new route that I discovered that's now a known, proven methodology of healing from SIRS. Thank God I don't have to do that because I don't have that money. I mean, I've been living off of the grace of family, my mom, and my spiritual community, and just, unemployment, like all these miracles in my life have supported me. It's been incredible. Like, I've always had enough for supplements and feeding me, and I've always had a roof over my head. It's been close. I've been cutting it close, and now at this point I can pay for my food. I'm still pet sitting and house sitting, so I don't have rent, but I'm on the edge financially, and I can't wait for that to be over too. And it's about to end. I'm about to be abundant. Just with this V9 coming, like, so much is going to change. My whole life is about to change. When my brain heals, when I have energy, and now that I have the love of myself and knowing who I am, it's just like limitless possibilities. And I believe in miracles, I believe in love, I believe in magic, and I cannot wait to shine my light. So my current symptoms are, I still wake up exhausted. I need caffeine. I'm living on caffeine. And then I'm crashing around 4 p.m. So I'll be just not enough energy to do much. So I'll just watch TV until I go to bed around 9. And that's frustrating. I have cycles of muscle weakness and fatigue. My eyesight has gotten really bad over like the past year and a half, 2 years. It's just gotten worse and it's blurry. I need glasses now. But my brain feels really like foggy and inflamed and tired most of the time, except for when I'm on a caffeine high. I get cycles of confusion and disorientation and unable to take in any stimulus. That's happening less than it had before, but it still happens. I have cycles of emotional breakdowns, which I've gotten used to. Like, I just welcome in the feelings, and I think it's really part of the purging and the purification process. But I also think it's linked to the hormonal disruptions that have been caused, and the gut inflammation, and there's just the whole gut-brain axis just all messed up from SIRS. So that's probably going to change. I'm happy because I'm in touch with my heart. I'm in touch with my innocence and just loving myself when I need it, and just allowing the emotions to flow when they need to. But I think it's quite extreme, the amount of emotions that come through. I changed to the carnivore diet 3 or 4 months ago, but it's improved my constipation and it's improved my nervous system. I feel calmer. And that's probably also the QT Wave devices that make me feel calmer. There's just no motivation. So I'm working now 10 or 12 hours a week doing in-home healthcare service, which is really beautiful for me to be able to go and help other people and give them that love and support, that I can. But I'm also, having to be caffeinated to go do that. And my social life is like zero because, I have close friends that I talk to on the phone, but I don't go out and do anything socially. I am a 6'2" manifestor up on my roof, so that's part of it. I do want to be more social, actually. I want to have a few friends and be a little bit more social. So my eyes look really tired. I have dark circles under my eyes. I don't have any, motivation to wear makeup or get dressed up. Like, I just bare minimum just to get out the door, like wear sweatpants or whatever. I feel like that's going to change, like just feeling better, just being a little more fashionable, dressing up and, maybe wearing a little makeup. Like, why not? That'd be fun. But right now it's just like, there's just no motivation or energy to do that. Yeah, and I have a lot of creative ideas. Like, I want to make videos and share, and I'm into astrology and esoteric stuff and non-duality and consciousness, and I've been through quite a bit of discovery, and I'd like to interview people. I want to be creative and express, and that's coming. So when the V9 comes, I'm just so excited for my brain to come back online. And I heard this thing with the medbed technology coming for the QArcs for us. With this quantum technology, as we heal, as our body fully heals on a DNA level, I think it gets really clear what we're here to do, and our intuition comes online, and I'm super excited about that. My brain has been dysfunctional for over 15 years, so I haven't been fully myself. I don't even know, I was in functional freeze for probably most of my life. Yeah. So I was in trauma functional freeze, and then PTSD, because the SIRS was so intense. It was so gnarly to go through, such a deep, dark night of the soul. Then I was in PTSD from that, complex PTSD, for many, many years. And now the body's it's still kind of in survival mode. Not all the time, but it is. So it's going to be so different. My life is going to be so different, and I'm so excited. I'm ready to be so creative, creative expression, just to have a fuller life, to start, doing what I'm passionate about and attracting more abundance, meeting more people, getting off the caffeine, getting strong, and exercising. When I feel good, I like to exercise. I feel good. I want to come into my strength of my body and just be really connected more and more with my body. Also, to be able to drop in and meditate deeper. When the body's agitated so often, pretty much regularly, it is quite challenging to drop in to meditate for a long time. So that's exciting. That's just my before V9. I'm so excited. Thank you, QHS. They've worked so hard to get these devices to us, and I'm so grateful for Dr. Alfredo and Cynthia and Tracy and the whole team. You're amazing, and I'm so excited to be a way shower and be a part of this new quantum shift in the collective consciousness through healing our bodies and minds, and coming into remembering our wholeness, our oneness, and the love that we are, and then shifting, changing the world, bringing this technology to everyone for health and abundance. And okay, lots of love.
Join us on the Prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.